It's a pleasure and privilege to address this gathering, and the topic that has been chosen by SATM is a very appropriate one in terms of telecom at crossroads, because there are tremendous changes that are happening both globally as well as in the Indian telecom industry, and it's an appropriate time to take stock and then look at where we stand as an industry and then where we need to go from here. I have seen several institutes in management having different focus areas, and there are very few institutes which have the telco as a focus, and SATM is one among them. And it's not just today when the telco has become the fashion of the management, but it has been done even a decade before. That's something commendable, and it's something that is a vision that this Symbiosis Institute has thought through right at a early stage. And I would like to really applaud the Symbiosis management for thinking about a SATM as an institute for focusing on the telecom arena. Let's look at how the telecom has changed. I have gone through the telecom industry in different fashions. It is still 1990. It's an industry which had been reasonably static in India. Globally, it was changing a lot. But in India, it was a static industry where there were not much of changes happening. And post 1990, it has been a deluge of changes, actually, continuous changes and evolution. And we have caught up with the global standards. But in addition, possibly we are even ahead of global standards in some of the cases. So that is the tremendous change that has happened. To give a background, my engineering had been much more in the electronics and communication, and then last 30 years profession had been much more in the product engineering arena and focused on the communication and networking as a area. But my roots of communication started almost, I can say, right from birth, because my father was a postmaster. Okay, and I used to live in post offices where the house used to be attached to the post office, and the whole thing started in terms of communication, where I have seen in till 80s, it used to be a communication through telegraph. Normally a telegram that will reach a post office, which will get delivered to the individual. It will be normally for urgency or a crisis or a death. And other than that, there are no other way of communication other than the postal letters. That's where it used to exist in the early stages. From there, it came a time when the telephones became available at post offices, not at the individuals. Only very few rich can afford a telephone. But the telephone used to be in the post office. A call, if it has to come, it used to be called as a PP call. So you need to go and then call the person. That person will come to the post office and wait. And get a connection. Sometimes it can take from a 1 hour to 8 to 10 hours. I have seen people who come to the post office, book a call, wait for the call to mature, and in the meantime somebody will bring a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner, and then they have to continue, because anytime if the call comes and if they are not there, then they have lost the call. That used to be the kind of telecommunication infrastructure this country used to have. I remember the time when I was sort of third employee of Wipro when it started getting into the information technology arena, and it was started in a small office at Bangalore. And it took something like 3 years for Wipro to get its first telephone connection. There used to be a neighboring shop, a small shop, which used to have a telephone, and that number used to be given so that whenever there is a call, they will call us on that number, and then we had to go and then pick up the call. It used to be the state, not even in the 70s or 60s. I am talking about the early 1980s actually. So from there, the world has tremendously changed for India in terms of telecommunication. Today we are talking about everyone carrying a cell phone, be it a student or a professional, be it an agriculturist or a trader, be it a businessman or ordinary person, be it an urban person or a rural person. There is a tremendous change that this whole industry has gone through right from 1990 onwards, and that's something that is amazing. Let's look at some of the statistics in terms of where this industry is standing actually. The total telephone subscriber in India has moved from 113 million in 2005. I'm not talking about the time frame which was far away actually. It is just 5 years back, to today 621 million. That is the total number of telephone subscribers, which includes wired as well as the wireless subscribers. The wireless subscribers have gone up 9-fold in 5 years, while the landline subscribers have declined by 25%. The wireless is the one which has become the dominant one. Just something like 3 years back, the wireless telephony crossed the wireline telephony. That was in 2004, 2005. And from then onwards, that we are seeing that the wireless has become much more prevalent. Charge per minute, which used to be a decade back, before 2000, which used to be something like 12 rupees a minute, has come down to 60 paisa. There is a 20 times reduction in the charges that happen for a call actually. Mode of communication has tremendously changed. I was telling you that those days it used to be the letters and telegrams. From there it became telephone calls. From there it has become much more of email and SMS. That means much more from a voice we have moved over to the data in terms of the prime mode of communication in addition to voice existing. Teledensity has moved significantly. It used to be 10.36% just 5 years back in 2005, and that has reached 52.74%. It's not only that it is already 52.74% penetration, teledensity is growing every year by something like 10%. That means in a matter of another 5 to 7 years, there is a potential for India to have near 100% teledensity. So this is where the telecom at crossroads come into picture. If there is going to be 100% teledensity, if the voice calls, the ARPU keeps on coming down in terms of the revenue per user keeps on coming down, and if the number of service providers are keeping on multiplying and it's becoming multifold, then effectively the margins get squeezed. So where are the opportunities actually? Is the opportunity going to be in voice? Is the opportunity going to be in the traditional data that we are talking about in terms of SMS and internet? Or is it something else? That's what I thought during this talk I'll explore in terms of where we stand on that. So I'll go over to, just can you go back to the first slide actually, just much earlier. I'll just recap what I discussed about. This is just a one slide to just give you a picture. We are around $300 million run rate company. We are a 9,000 people organization, out of which 3,500 are focused on the product engineering arena, and of which something like 1,200 people are in the networking and telecom space. So that's what Mindtree is about. You can go to the next slide. And this is what I'm planning to cover for the day. And this is what we discussed. It started as GSM in the 1995 time frame. From there, the telco industry moved into GPRS, and from there into 3G, which has been globally present, but in India now, we have all the licenses for that. And 4G is not far away. What we are talking about is already WiMAX is in place, and LTE is going to be